Hello, and a very warm welcome to another interesting edition of Lifelines with Mima. Thank you for joining us today. Today, I'd like us to treat the subject of drug abuse. This is a crippling pandemic across the world, affecting different countries and especially our continent of Africa. Every day, we lose our young teenagers, we lose able bodied men and women to this pandemic. This means we need to become proactive about this problem, despite the fact that governments across the world are trying to do different things to halt this problem. It keeps growing and the statistics are not looking good for us. For this reason, we need to keep talking about it and shedding more light. Today,
that took place that year, and since then we never saw other economic manifestation between the two countries. So our plan was to move and to accelerate the move between the two countries in terms not only of economy, but also in politics, in economy, in culture, and in other fields.
Okay. Now, before we touch the aspect of the culture, in 2018, to be precise, Nigeria and Tunisia, signed a memorandum of understanding on energy, youth development, social affairs, and consumer protection. Since then, what has been the outcome of this bilateral agreement between the two countries?
So this is the point, because in March 2018, 8 agreements were signed between the two sides. But our point, today, is how to make them effective, how to deal with this legal frame towards the future, towards enhancing our relationship. Why let it, of course, stagnant in a way that is rather of you and us? So in 2018, 8 agreements were signed and 16 agreements still under study between the two parts.
So for like close to 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. 6 years is too long for me. Okay, and I dealt with the question, of course, with President Tinubu when I presented my credentials in the 19th of April, and we agreed on the fact to be compulsory for both sides to work on this subject and on others in order to move ahead with our relations this way. So that's to implement these or to update them and to sign the 16 agreements under study. They are projects of agreements, of course, as early as 2025.
All right, still dwelling on the 2028 agreement memorandum of 2018 memorandum of understanding signed between the Republic of Tunisia and Nigeria. In terms of social affairs and consumer protection, what can you tell us?
So exactly. So the relationship between two countries is made up of different aspects, and these are making part of the aspects. So for these aspects to be effective, they should be implemented, and this is why we started working hard from January 2024 in order to make them implemented and in order to use them to cover all the sectors of economy, of society, of politics between the two countries. So since nothing was done from the two parts, of course, or by the two parts from 2018, so we are here, of course, we are signed here in order to use them, to update them, and to sign the agreements or the projects of agreements under study in order for the legal frame, organizing the relationship between Tunisia and Nigeria be effective enough in order to make these people nearer to one another.
All right, since assumption into office in last year, 2020, you are now more than 1 year in the office here in Nigeria.
Yeah.
From what you just said, what could be the challenge? What did you perceive were the challenges where all those agreements were not made?
So the challenge is to reanimate, of course, the relationship, the economic relationship between Tunisia and Nigeria, because these two countries are brotherly countries, and they seem, because of geographical distance, far from one another, while they are too near to one another. Okay, so we started with this, but we accompanied it with what we call the cultural relationship, because cultural